Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
Hey guys! Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Bobo, with me is Travis.
Hello.
Episode 3?
Yeah, seems like it.
Feels good, man.
It does.
Still get pumped with that intro every time.
It's a great intro.
You know, feel a little down, just put our intro on. You'll get pumped up.
Yes.
You know, if it's Monday morning, you're driving to work, and you just can't get going in the morning, just pop that on repeat for, the show only take once, but if you need to put it on twice, that's all it should take.
Either that or just, hit us up on Facebook or whatever. We'll tell you the song.
No, we won't. We don't want to get sued. I'm not telling you what it is.
That's true. Yes. But thank you to our friend Matt for helping us out with the announcer duty.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have to have him on a podcast sometime.
Sure.
I want to talk to him about actually recording those sound bites because it took us all night.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to talk about his first experience. He's not like a professional voice actor or anything.
No, he's just got a velvety voice.
I'd like to ask him how our directing was and how it worked and how awful we were to him about it. I just, because we were like, do it again. Do it again. Maybe slower, faster, with more feeling. Did you ever see the movie Straight Outta Compton?
Yes.
You remember the part where Dr. Dre is with Eazy in the studio for the first time?
Yeah.
He's trying to get him to do the line.
Yep.
And he finally hits the line. He's like, only 59 more of those to go. That's what I felt like when we were doing it.
Well, maybe we'll do like a little sidebar or something like that, something special, where we'll sit down and talk to him.
Absolutely.
Because I can't. It may be taking us all night, but I don't think it's a whole podcast worth of anecdotes.
Well, there'll be other things. I want to have him on the podcast. I'm not going to say we're only going to talk about that, and that's the end of the episode. That's it. We want to talk about one thing, Matt.
Yep, that's it.
We're just going to talk to you about you recording the intro, and then you're out. Get the fuck out the door.
I'm okay with that.
Nothing about your obsession with hip hop or working with burritos. Nothing about that.
Nothing. Just
want to talk about one thing: recording the intro and getting the fuck out of our studio. That's it.
That's it. All right. Sounds going, buddy.
Oh, I'm fired up, man. I came in here. I was busting that door. You saw me. I had a little pep to my step.
Yep.
A little bounce to my walk. I came in, and for the listeners, and I immediately looked at Travis and I said, I know what we're going to talk about this week. And we've talked about it. We've prepped it like we always do. Just throw it out the window because I have so many other things I want to talk about. We probably won't get to the actual topic.
Yeah. And that's not true because I'm going to put us right back on track. But when you got here, I was doing laundry.
Yeah.
I just want to bring that up. I was doing laundry because I know you have.
I'm an adult.
No, because I know you have something that you wanted to talk about. So I wanted to derail what you wanted to talk about by talking about laundry.
That was not cool. Because what I want to talk about, I was
going to ask
you.
Do you do your own laundry?
No. I'm married.
Your wife does your laundry?
Hell yeah.
Wow, you live a life of privilege.
A charmed existence, if you will.
I do my own laundry.
Why?
Because if something gets fucked up, I want to be the one that fucks it up. If like a shirt gets
shrunk, get fucked up. My wife's perfect.
That is true.
See what I did there? Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she doesn't listen to this, so she doesn't care.
She listens.
Oh, that's true. She does. I forgot.
She listens.
Yeah, right.
She doesn't approve.
But
I think I swear too much.
No shit.
She does though. She says you should do without the swearing. No. Babe, ain't fucking happening. I mean, but that's my whole life since we've gotten married.
Right.
She's always been on me about my filthy fucking mouth.
Right.
And it's funny because now she'll swear. On not a regular basis, but she'll a couple times a week she'll say something with like a swear word in it and stuff.
Like what are we talking about here? Like a few shits?
Yeah, exactly. Like a goddamn or like shit. Something like that.
She'll throw out a goddamn.
Yeah.
Really?
She did yesterday.
Good for her.
I forget what she was talking about, but she said something about the goddamn something, and I was just like, and I didn't say anything to her outwardly, but internally I was just like, I'm the best.
You should high five her when that happens.
No, if I point it out, so I've done that before.
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm like, I'm proud of you. Like you say the F word, like it'll slip out now occasionally with her.
I can't say I've ever heard her say the F word.
I know, but in private, just her and me, it will slip out. And one time it slipped out. I don't know what we were even talking about. And I was like, you know what? I'm proud of you. I remember when I first started dating you and you didn't even want to say like shoot, and now you're dropping F-bombs. And then for like a month, she made sure not to say any swear words around me because she got self-conscious about it. So I don't point them out anymore. I don't want her to know that I know. Now she'll figure out because she listens to the show. But I never wanted her to know that I know that she's swearing, and I really appreciate that I've corrupted her. I love it, though.
Oh, this sounds like great communication in the marriage.
It's not communication. It's just little things like that, you know.
I love you, honey.
Keep the fire alive.
That's true.
Fucking love you.
One fuck at a time.
That's goddamn.
Literally.
All right, so listen.
You see how we did that, kids? We derailed him.
No. I've got to ask your opinion on something.
Okay.
That's what I want to talk about. I actually have a moral dilemma
Okay.
that recently came to my attention
Uh-huh.
that I want to ask maybe your help, the listeners' help. I don't know. We're going to see where this goes. So I bought something from Amazon the other day.
Okay.
So we have a rental property,
Sure.
and it has a generator with it, a backup generator for the sump pump in case the power ever goes out.
Right.
It's specifically just for the sump pump. You're not supposed to use it for anything else. There's instructions on it. There's a note on it. It says use only in case of power outage for sump pump.
Okay.
You know, like if there's a flood or whatever.
Right.
It's specifically just for that.
How often do you have to fill that thing with gas?
Well, hopefully never, because you never have to use it because the power never goes out and the sump pump's running.
Won't gas go bad after a while?
We don't put it in there unless you need to use it. That's my point.
Oh, okay. So somebody has to be around to go and fill. I don't know.
And turn it on.
Logistics. I don't understand
Yes.
how this all works.
It's
but yes.
manual, yes.
Okay.
It doesn't automatically click on.
Yeah, okay.
It's a shitty one from Walmart.
Okay.
So, we got to this rental property and our tenants have vacated recently.
Okay.
And we realized that they left it outside for months at a time, and now it was all rusty and ugly and probably broken.
Why would they move it outside?
I don't know, because they're only supposed to use it for the power outage, for if the sump pump goes out. And maybe your response is, well, Bobo, maybe the power went out. It didn't. And you know how I know that is because, little to their knowledge, they don't know, Anne's parents live next door.
Okay.
They don't know that, my wife's parents live next door to them.
Right.
So they don't know that as a rental property, they're always being watched. But if you rent, by the way, you are always being watched.
Sure.
Just so you know. If you don't think you are, you're naive. But they are pretty dumb. They probably didn't realize it. But,
right.
Anne's parents kept a hawk eye on them. So they never lost power that whole last year.
So, okay. So if they're being watched and your in-laws are, keeping a close eye on them, they're moving the generator out of the basement.
Well, it's in the back. So the basement's down a flight of steps in the back.
Right.
So you wouldn't actually see the generator from anywhere because it's hidden by the staircase in the back of the house.
Oh, so it was always sitting outside.
For a while, it had to have been.
Oh, but so they moved
it there.
But they moved it outside. So what the fuck were they moving? Were they having a fucking rock concert?
I don't know.
Out in the backyard?
I have no fucking idea why they.
Well, obviously not,
but
because
they
your
ruined
in-laws would have seen it.
It sat out there for fucking months apparently, so it's got all rusty and disgusting. So of course they had to buy us a new one out of the security deposit.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we'll buy another one. So my wife goes on Amazon and orders another generator.
Okay.
And today it showed up.
What's the problem?
Kind of. So Amazon sent us the wrong thing.
Okay.
Instead of sending us, this fucking low budget generator.
Oh, they sent you a better one.
They sent us like a Cadillac of generators that's worth at least twice as much.
Oh. Ooh, I've never had this happen before.
Neither have I. I mean, honestly, it's worth, much more than the generator. And generators aren't cheap, by the way.
Sure.
This one is worth significantly more than the generator we originally meant to buy.
Right.
And we definitely checked the packaging. We checked the order. They gave us the wrong one.
Wow.
So, Travis, what would you do?
Oh, man, that's a tough one because technically, until now, nobody knew that you had this generator.
Nobody still knows,
right,
other than the listeners of this podcast and my wife. That's it.
What does Anne want to do? That is my question, because your wife is the moral high ground of your marriage. So
I don't want to taint anything yet with what she wants to do. I do know what she wants to do. I'll say that for the end.
Okay.
As the moral high ground of life.
Okay. What would I do? At that point, I would contact Amazon and talk to them about it, because at some point I feel like they're going to realize it.
No, they're not. They're not going to realize it. It's already been pulled off the shelf. It's been sent to me. They will never know.
I don't know. The paranoid person in me, I feel like they would know.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
They will not know.
All right, but I'm still saying I'm contacting them and letting them know.
Because you're paranoid or because it's the right thing to do?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I got to know.
I mean, that's a little bit of both. Like, listen, if I can get some free shit, I'm okay with that. Like, there's been times where, I found money on the ground and you take it, whatever. I don't know whose it is.
Well, that's different.
I used to. Well, this again, this might be a little different, but the local grocery store, their self checkout used to be different, where they dispense the money, the cash,
right,
like down below.
Okay.
So whenever I'd go in there, I would look around to see if anybody forgot their money, and if they did, I'd go to that one. Because
did they always? How often did you find money like this?
It was probably like 2 times, but
That's pretty good.
There was one time where I looked at the one beside me before I started realizing this. I looked at the one beside me. I was like, "Fuck, there's money there." So I went and grabbed the money. It was $60.
Holy shit!
And and as soon as I grabbed the cashier, he goes, "Did somebody leave that behind?" I was like, "Fuck." Because there's always like that person watching there.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it, that kid is just gonna pocket this money.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, somebody left it. Here, it's yours. So
why did you say no?
Huh? Well, because it wasn't mine. It was the one next to it. So I can't be that much of an asshole.
Okay.
Or that much of a deviant, I suppose.
I don't know if deviant is a word either. Just
I don't know. I was
crook.
Yes. Okay, crook. I'll go with that.
So
but
I would. You contact him. Okay. I'm not certain yet what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, I think now you kind of have to. Now that you put that out there.
No, I don't. I do what the fuck I want.
That's true.
To me, this is not the same case as just taking something off of a shelf and scanning up a lesser item.
Yeah, it was their fault.
I ordered the correct item. They sent me the wrong item.
Yeah.
I'm under no onus to send them back the wrong item because they don't know they've given it to me.
You make excellent points.
It's not my fault they sent me the wrong item. I've done nothing. I'm a passive participant in this whole transaction at this point.
Right.
So, my guess is, do I have a moral obligation to inform them that, hey, they sent me the wrong thing, even though I kind of want the thing they sent me?
I mean,
my guess is I'm going to contact them and say, they sent me the wrong item, but I don't want to return it. And they'll probably say, okay. That's my guess. Because it's a big hassle for them to return something that is wrong. And they're probably going to be like, it's Amazon. They make so many millions of dollars a fucking minute. They're probably going to be like, whatever. Who cares?
I would think also that they would do that, but your rationale is wrong. It is not a hassle to send it back.
No. It's a hassle for them to fucking deal with me of customer service. They probably just say, just take it. Whatever.
Again, no, it's not. I return shit to Amazon all the fucking time. It is a simple email. Here you go. Print it out. You're good to go. And they'll leave it.
That part is easy, but dealing with me as an irate customer is not.
Oh, you're not going to be irate.
How do you know?
Well, are you going to be one of the? Are you going to be one of those fucking like assholes that has no reason to be irate?
No, I'm not. But I could be. They don't know that though. They don't know that.
That's true.
So we'll see. I think I'm going to contact him. We'll see what happens.
I think you're going to keep it.
I bet I'm keeping it.
But, man, that stock boy is fucked.
Yeah, he really fucked up. Because the one they sent me is not even similar in style. It looks different.
Right, yeah. See, I wonder how that happened because like I know those warehouses and
right.
I know how it's done and like nothing is kept together.
No.
Like so they have to run and probably by design so this shit doesn't happen. So they have to run to different parts of the warehouse to get different things.
Right.
And they
have to scan them though, and it shouldn't have matched because it's a different item.
Yeah,
totally.
Yep.
This is not a similar item. It's not like just the different color of the same item or an up version of the same. It's a different generator, totally.
Right.
A different form factor, different box, different packaging, different everything.
This is like Bobo's shitty, or a shitty Bobo's choice.
It is. It's Bobo's choice. shitty Bobo's choice.
Yes.
Just interested in what you thought about that. What would you do? I want to hear what the listeners put. I want to hear some comments on the Facebook or on the website. I want to see what you would do if that happened. If you got sent something from Amazon,
right,
that you didn't order that you want to keep.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, listen.
I want to know where I'm at. I want to know where I'm at morally because legally I don't give a shit. Legally, I'm sure I can keep it. But,
right. Well, and I'm trying. I'm thinking most people with the anonymity of the internet would say I'd fucking keep it. I would probably do that as well.
No, what they really say is everyone's going to get on Facebook and say, how could you possibly do such a thing but return it to do the right thing? Because everyone's a fucking social justice warrior on Facebook. But in actuality, in the real life, they probably fucking keep it. But they'd act holier than thou on Facebook about it.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's how the world fucking works now. Because everyone is the perfect saint for everyone fighting for every cause in the world. When it comes to their own personal life, They're fucking voting for Trump. That's how he got elected.
Yeah, but you're not. I don't think the logic holds up here because it's not like you are wronging anybody. So I don't think anybody's going to be.
I'm wronging Amazon.
Not well, yeah, but that's big business. Nobody gives a shit about big business.
Corporations are people, Travis.
I know that. Thanks, Koch brothers. But I don't think anybody's going to be raising up their pitchforks just to get you to send back a goddamn generator.
Oh, probably not.
So,
I just want to know. It was a curious thing that's never happened to me.
You're good to go.
Not in that. It's a significant amount of money. So
right.
I'm just curious.
I listen. That'd be a very, very tough decision. I don't know. I probably would have kept it and never spoke about it again. I certainly wouldn't bring it up on a fucking podcast.
I should delete this from the podcast.
Oh, no. It's public record now.
I can delete it before we send this out. Don't worry about it.
All you have to do is mention President-elect Trump, and now it's in the public record.
Oh! No! Always listening.
Yes.
No, it's okay. Trump doesn't listen to intelligence briefings. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
I heard that today.
What if I tweet to him? Then he'll get it. Yeah, see?
Unless he blocks you.
See? He won't. I'm a magnificent tweeter.
Fabulous.
Twatter?
No, tweeter.
Tweeter sounds so stupid.
Well, tweeters are like, in a car, the little tiny speakers.
I want to be a twatter.
Did you know that the Twitter bird has a name?
I do know that, but I can't remember what it is.
Larry.
Is that what it...
For Larry Bird.
Oh.
How about that?
You know what? I knew it had a name, but you could have given me 30 guesses. I wouldn't have gotten.
The Twitter mascot's name is Larry.
That's cute.
For Larry Bird.
So shall we move on to what we were going to talk about today's episode?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
All right. So today we're going to talk about politicians.
Not just okay. So as soon as you say politicians, everyone's like, turn the goddamn thing off. They can't hit the button fast enough. No.
Oh, hold on.
We're not talking about Trump. We're not talking about Hillary.
No.
We're not talking about Gary fucking Johnson, Jill fucking Stein, Ben Stein, any of them.
Ben Stein?
Is he?
You mean
Oh, no.
win Ben Stein's money?
That was a great show, by the way. You ever watch that show?
Yes, I did. Of course.
That was a great show.
That was. Jimmy Kimmel. That's where he came from.
Yes, he was the host.
Well, he was the co-host. Ben Stein.
No, Ben Stein was the contestant.
Yes, I see. Yes, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Before the Man Show and everything like that. Anyways, we're not talking about politicians that maybe you've even heard of. What we're going to talk about is, and you probably guessed it from the name of the episode, is politicians that have been convicted of crimes.
Yeah. So the whole reason I want to talk about this is twofold. One, I remember a while ago, my brother, Uncle Hare, saying something about the amount of people in Congress. This was years ago, so it's no longer a true statistic.
And let's be honest, he was probably screaming this.
Probably. The number of people that were like in Congress that had been convicted of crimes or like DUIs or any kind of arrest record that were still like in office.
Yes.
So I started thinking about that. I was like, I want to go look into that a little bit. And then I thought of our late and great friend Marion Barry, because I heard recently that they had erected a statue in his honor.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let me pull that up real quick. And while I'm doing that, so okay, yes. So recently, in about less than a month ago, November 22nd,
right?
They unveiled a private monument to Barry that was erected over his grave.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. That's I was like, what do you mean a private monument?
But it was a big ceremony. There were other former and current DC council members were there.
Was this publicly funded?
So the memorial was designed by Cora Masters, and I think 150 people paid for it, like friends of him and stuff like that, from what I can understand.
So they crowdfunded his
basically
his statue.
Yes.
All right.
So, but they basically built a statue of Marion Barry,
right,
on his tombstone now.
Yep.
Which I just find ironic because it's goddamn Marion Barry. For people that don't know, I want to talk about him. This is the whole. Marion Barry is the poster child for this episode. Marion Barry is the original Rob Ford before Rob Ford existed.
That is true.
He was I grew up in DC, so I'm more familiar with Marion Barry than most people, and my family is kind of connected politically. So I'm very in tune with politics, especially, where I live at.
Right.
But for people that don't know, Marion Barry was the mayor of DC, originally from 1979 to 1991. Before that, he was a councilman in DC. He's been a local politician basically his whole life.
Right.
But he is famous for, in 1990...
Nobody gives a shit about the details. Get to the cocaine.
Well, that's it. Thank you, Travis, for ruining it. So basically, when he got elected to his third term in office, he was a mess of a drug addict. Now, that was back in the late 80s, 1988 or so, when the crack epidemic in D.C. was out of control.
Right.
I mean, there were like hundreds of deaths because of it. I mean, violent crime was everything was out of control.
Right.
So, and he was basically, you could watch it in real time. He was suffering from the effects of his addictions, like on camera, because he would be, his public appearances, he always had glassy eye. He would slur his speech, and he would never do anything in the mornings anymore. So people would schedule all of their meetings for Marionberry in the afternoon because he wouldn't even show up to work till lunch.
Sure.
And then fall asleep at 1 o'clock at his desk. I mean, he was just out of control.
You know
with
why?
his addiction.
Because he was up all night getting shit done while everybody else was sleeping.
No, he was not getting shit done. He was just getting shit-faced. So what happened was they set him up in a sting operation. And this is the best part because this would never happen. Back in the 80s and the early 90s, we seem to be obsessed with catching people with drugs.
Right.
Remember, so I have a DeLorean. John DeLorean's a very famous case where they tried to, basically, they entrapped him because he got acquitted.
Right.
Of selling cocaine to help fund his failing car company. And Marionberry is a very similar situation where they set him up to smoke crack in a hotel room with an ex-girlfriend of his, just so they could catch him on camera smoking crack and bust him on drug possession.
Sure. Because, if you're in a shitty hotel room, you shouldn't be on tape. You should be safe to smoke your crack.
It's just, so what happened, was his former girlfriend basically invited him to a hotel room to bang.
Right.
And she asked him to smoke crack beforehand.
Gotta get
a little high,
Yeah.
Do a little banging. So.
Get a little go juice in you.
Yeah.
So, little go juice.
Go juice?
little go smoke?
Never. Is that what you call alcohol?
Yeah, a little go juice.
I never heard that. Go juice.
Yeah.
So yeah, she invited him for a little go smoke before they bang. And basically, as soon as they smoke, they bust in the room and they arrest him. And the best part is, so you can watch the videotape of the arrest.
Right.
And as soon as they bust in the room, he fucking knows what's happening. And he just screams, "Bitch, set me up!" Like, he fucking knows it.
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. It's just so, you can just see the anger instantly, and it's so fucking funny.
But then the high
bitch set me up.
Then the high sets in, and then, that's, the rest of the night wasn't too bad.
So he gets arrested. He goes to jail, and he gets out. And after he gets out, he runs for mayor again.
Right.
And gets reelected.
And wins.
So he had a felony drug possession on his record, which caused him to lose his election bid that next election. He chose not to rerun that time, obviously, he's fighting his drug charges.
Yeah.
So he missed a term in office, gets back out of prison, and boom, runs for mayor again, gets reelected mayor of D.C. a second time. Well, a second stint.
America loves an underdog story.
So, I mean, he's the great case of a politician's fall from grace. He was mayor basically, he could have been mayor for life.
Sure.
There was a point in time where Jesse Jackson was going to run against him for mayor of D.C., and he basically created laws that made it illegal for someone as rich as him to run for mayor.
I mean,
they call it the Jesse Jackson law.
Right.
But I mean, he was that powerful that he could do those things to keep anyone out from running against him. He was basically mayor for life in D.C.
And, well, at a certain point, he was also beloved, too, because he came back from a fucking... smoking
absolutely.
crack.
The people
on
in D.C.
tape.
loved him. Yes.
Yeah.
Use your words, Travis.
Stop jumping on me. Stop talking over me.
No, I can't. I'm too amped up today.
Jesus Christ. But anyways, so we wanted to look at some other examples of this. So we both found some examples, some funny, some sad, some,
They're all funny.
There's some that are not. There's one that I have that is not.
Oh, really?
It's just fucking sad.
There are a bunch. So we were looking into it, and we wanted to see what other politicians have been convicted of crimes. How often does this happen? Find some good examples of it. Just some stuff, get to know some of your elected officials, people that you vote for to make the laws that shape this country. Well, let me tell you something. There's a fuckload of them in trouble.
Yeah.
If you just go and Google politicians, crimes, 2016, there's dozens of them already.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking unbelievable how many people are getting in trouble that you've elected to office.
And and at a certain point, researching for this episode, it became very monotonous to me because it's all fucking, bribery charges or embezzlement charges.
Racketeering's a common one.
Yep. There's some voter fraud charges in there. So, when you hear that voter fraud is running rampant in this country, it's not. We're catching them. And you're electing them. So
basically,
yeah.
But the most common one obviously is bribery and corruption and misuse of like public trust.
Right.
I try not to bring in a lot of those examples because they're boring. Everyone knows if you get a politician and they get busted in some kind of bribery scheme, that's common. That's what politicians do. They're fucking sleazeballs. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. If you don't think the person you've elected on either side is a scumbag, you're wrong. It's basically par for the course.
Sure.
Just FYI. Just want to let you know that. So, we don't have any political affiliation with these. I don't even know what party. We're not even going to tell you what parties they were for.
I wasn't looking at that at all.
It's not fucking important. They're all the same.
Right.
So, you want to start, Travis? You got one for us?
Oh, sure. I'll start.
Let's get to know some elected officials.
All right. So I got Mr. John McGee from representing the great state of Idaho.
Oh, Idaho.
So we'll start off with him.
Potato.
Yeah. So in 2011, turns out he was playing a little golf.
Okay.
All right. In a residential neighborhood. So he decided to drive home.
Okay.
Turns out he just wasn't going to take his car. He decided to steal an SUV attached to a utility trailer and drive it through the residential neighborhood and jackknife the truck and trailer in somebody else's front yard.
What?
Yeah.
So wait, he was playing golf.
Yeah.
Golf's over.
Sure.
So he decides to just take this random SUV.
Yep.
Basically steal it.
Oh, no, not basically. Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry. Steal it and then wrecked it in front of someone's front yard.
Well, he's drunk.
Oh, he was drinking too.
Oh, yeah, he was drunk. It's tough to park those. You know how tough it is to park.
It is tough.
With a trailer on it.
It is tough.
So his blood alcohol was 0.15. So
that's not that drunk.
Almost double the legal limit. I will tell you from experience, at 0.08, you feel it.
Oh, we did that. Remember in the previous podcast, we did the drunk episode.
Right. So
you fucking feel it.
Yeah. So double the legal limit, almost double the legal limit.
I've never been so drunk I wanted to steal a car, though.
You've never been above the law. And these guys are.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, so he got charged. He got charged with DUI and Grand Theft Auto, which
that's a good crime for that's not a common one for a politician.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Ultimately, he did have to resign.
Oh.
Unfortunately. He was sentenced to 180 days in jail.
Uh-huh.
But all but 5 were suspended.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's great.
So this guy got arrested for Grand Theft Auto and DUI.
Uh-huh.
Spent 5 days in jail.
Yes.
Fuck that, man. That's the real crime here.
Yeah.
That piece of shit only spent 5 days in jail for fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Yep. Oh, so it gets better then.
Wait.
Oh yeah, it gets. We're not done with Mr. McGee here. So it gets better. So he had to resign.
Okay.
He resigned his chair. But while he was resigning, then it started coming out that he had some sexual harassment charges.
Oh.
Right. So
funny, those just come out of the woodwork.
Right.
Things start turning belly up on you.
Yeah, he got a little more jail time than he got like 44 days in jail.
Slap on the wrist.
Right, yes. So he got then the sexual harassment kind of went away.
Kind of.
Yeah, it turns out those were just charges. He didn't get or those were just accusations, excuse me. He never got convicted of those. But he just got caught on the Grand Theft Auto and the driving under the influence. Yeah, Mr. McGee, thank you for your public service. We're done with you.
I'll reelect him. That guy seems like fun. I want to party with that guy in office again.
Hey, you know what though? Here's the thing. He's from Idaho. Had he been from Texas and had been shooting guns in the air while doing this, he probably would have gotten reelected.
They'd be like, there's an original cowboy right there.
That's a maverick. I can spot him from a mile away.
That's right. Get that man and make him mayor. What was he? Was he a state delegate? What was he?
Yes, he was he was a state senator.
Oh, state senator. Wow, that's pretty up there.
Yeah. So
Grand Theft Auto. That's not a common one. I was really hoping, so I went through this list. I'll spoil it for you guys now. I was hoping to find at least one that was like convicted of bank robbery or
Me too.
or murder one. I didn't find anything like that bad. I mean, there are some bad ones on here, but I didn't find any of the holy grail crimes like bank robbery or murder one or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
The real fun crimes.
The real juicy.
The real good ones, yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't find a whole lot of those.
I was hoping. I didn't. We also tried to only find recent ones. We only wanted to look from the year 2000 onward because things have definitely changed with the advent of cell phones and constant surveillance and cameras everywhere now. And you'd think people would be smarter about these things nowadays, but you find they're not, which is also kind of alarming since, they should know better.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah.
If you do something as a politician, you're watched now. Everyone fucking sees it.
If you do anything now, you're watched.
Yeah, that's why you get caught, like all these people. So I got one.
All right, let's go on.
This is a little dip your toe in the water sort of one. Okay. This is my first one. It's just cute.
Oh, okay.
So this is the story of Bob Allen. Good old Bobby Allen.
Mr. Allen.
Member of the Florida House of Representatives.
Oh, everything great happens in Florida.
Dude, Florida's so great. Gotta love. I remember when FARC back in the day used to have the Florida tag.
Oh, yeah.
On their stories just for Florida because of how dumb Florida was.
I just like Florida Man. Florida Man now is a thing that anything that bad happens, Florida Man did it. Florida Man got arrested last night, jerking off in a bush.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I think did FARC originate with that though? Were they the first ones to really?
They might have been.
God, remember that website back in the day was so much fun.
I was not. I was not into FARC.
Really?
Yeah, I hadn't discovered that one.
I was a big FARC fan back in the day.
Their 9/11 thread is pretty great, but I went back and read that, but I was not a big FARC guy.
I like FARC. Anyways, so Bob Allen, Florida House of Representatives. So between 2003 and 2006, he voted over 90% of the time with the Christian Coalition.
Sure.
In 2007, he made headlines he offered a man $20 to blow him.
Okay.
Not to get a blowjob. He was going to pay somebody money so he could also give them the blowjob.
Oh, wait. So the guy didn't have to blow him? Was two blowjobs were in?
No, just one. He was going to give somebody $20 so he could blow them.
Okay. Maybe he was just trying to test his Christian faith and make sure he's not a homosexual.
But why would he?
Listen, life is full of tests. Jesus tests us. Jesus is always around to test us.
I guess. So, unfortunately, the problem is when you gave $20 to this man, it was an undercover police officer.
Oh.
A male police officer, obviously, because he's going to blow him. So, it was in the restroom of a public park.
So, he didn't get to give him a blowjob. And so, that's what you're telling me.
The best part of this, so the next part of the story is, obviously, he's trying to pay this man to give him a blowjob. He gets arrested. He's like, I'm innocent. And this is his excuse. This is the best part. He says that he believed the undercover police officer was trying to rob him, and he only offered to perform oral sex because he felt intimidated by the, quote, muscular police officer. Unquote.
So his fight or flight technique was, don't hurt me, I'll blow you.
Basically.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I need to blow this man so he doesn't rob me. But he was giving him $20 anyway.
Here's all my money, and can I blow you, please?
So he got sentenced to a month probation. I mean,
sure,
it's just basically prostitution, so it's not a huge crime,
right?
But he resigned. Obviously, Newsweek used him.
It's not prostitution though. He was paying him.
It's still sexual favors, paying for sexual favors.
But the money only changed hands. Yeah, I guess.
Still a sexual favor.
All right,
you're giving the blowjob. Maybe he gets pleasure out of that. Who knows? It's just funny because he was a very prominent conservative politician who had a record of anti-gay legislation, caught in a gay sex scandal.
Oh, that's a shocker right there.
It's one of the ones, I just think it was cute because of his story of, he was so muscular, I had to blow him. I love his excuse. How he managed to perform as a straight man for so long without people questioning it is fascinating because when you start talking about your defense of the muscular police officer, the gay is just oozing out of him at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
With his taut body and his rippling muscles.
Yes, I had to give him oral sex because then he would not take my wallet with his real strong muscular hands.
Plus, let's be honest, ladies, I need to know what he tasted like, right? Am I right? Huh? All
right, you got one for me?
Sure. I got good old Bob Filner here.
Ooh, okay.
So Bob Filner, he was the mayor of San Diego.
Okay. Mayor of a pretty prominent American city.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
It's a pretty prominent job.
Yeah.
So his problem is he loved the ladies,
That's not a problem.
but the ladies didn't love him back. He got a little problem, or a little handsy,
Little grabby hands.
little grabby. He's had some problems with some sexual harassment from a lot of the female staff members, and of course once one came out, they all just started coming out of the woodwork, and
The Bill Cosby effect, I like to call that.
right. They complained about inappropriate comments, kissing, and groping.
Okay.
Like you gotta be a pretty brazen guy to think it's okay to just start getting grabby with the ladies.
Well, yeah, but they're politicians. They're above the law.
You make a great point. He did the whole I'm sorry, I'm seeking help for my treatment, blah blah blah.
Of course.
So he was asked to resign, in which he did,
Okay.
and then more came out.
Right.
So then after more came out, he decided he was going to undergo 2 weeks of intensive therapy to help his sexual desires and needs. Turns out he only needed 5 days. But the thing I like the most about Mr. Filner is that he asked the city of San Diego to pay his legal fees for the sexual harassment lawsuit regarding his former communications director. And the city council said, fuck you. That ain't happening.
Right.
So, yeah. So I just like that he had the balls to fight the charges and then ask the city to pay him back for his legal fees.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Filner, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You like to touch ladies. That's okay when there's consent involved. That's the part I think you missed.
Right. Well, obviously. It's just...
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, God. What an asshole.
So we're not going to spend... Yeah, so I just like... that was my favorite part, is that he tried to get money
now,
back.
I try not to bring sexual harassment ones on my list.
Okay.
Only because, again, to me, that's kind of like bribery. If you're an elected official, a lot of them get in trouble for this stuff.
I agree. But that was the kicker for me, was that, please pay me back. You got one? Jesus.
I don't even know anymore. We're not very good at this yet.
Not yet.
We've not gotten the hang of the pauses and unpauses. So for the listeners that might be unaware, sometimes we pause the show and unpause the show if we want to, catch a breath, have a cough break, need to pull up something on the computer and the internet's not cooperating. And we try to have these unpauses, and we try to set it up so you say pause, unpause. I delete it out later and you don't hear about it. And Travis and I just cannot seem to get the unpause part where we both try to start and talk at the exact same time again. And we keep doing it.
We're just alpha males, man. We're just alpha males trying to make our way through this crazy world.
Oh, let me tell you about an alpha male. You ready for this guy?
Oh, Jesus.
Galen Fox. Real alpha male name.
Gaylord?
Galen Fox.
All right.
So, he's a former Hawaii state rep.
Okay.
This is what he did. And I want to tell you his background because I think it's important to know that this guy's not mentally retarded. Because what he did is so fucking stupid.
All right.
This man he went to University of Redlands. He got a magna cum laude. He graduated from the University of Redlands with a magna cum laude. And he has a PhD in public affairs from Princeton.
Okay. All
This
right.
is not a dumb man.
Right.
Okay?
Sure.
So, not a dumb man. Very important, because you're going to think he's fucking stupid in about 30 seconds. He was found guilty of misdemeanor sexual battery and abusive sexual contact with another person without their consent.
Okay.
Sounds a lot like rape.
It sounds, yes.
It is rape. I don't know why they don't call it rape on this. I'm not sure how he got out of not raping somebody. On December 18, 2004, Fox was aboard United Airlines Flight 56 from Honolulu to Los Angeles.
Got a lot of time to kill.
Sitting next to a cute, young Asian female passenger.
Okay.
So the passenger had taken some Dramamine because she wanted to fall asleep. It was a long flight. Honolulu to LA is a long flight. She just wanted to, pass out during it, whatever. Okay?
Yeah, she probably didn't want to get fingered, but okay.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. So Fox, Galen Fox, this man here, testified in the trial that when they were on this flight, he put his arm on the armrest, and the woman didn't move her own arm from the armrest.
Because she was passed out. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Later, he decided to put his leg up against hers because they're sitting right next to each other on the plane.
Gotta
You know how big plane seats are.
Got to test them waters.
So he put his leg against hers, and he claimed that because she didn't move away, that she was, quote, giving him a nonverbal cue that she was sexually interested.
Or otherwise putting that, she's asking for it.
Yes, that's what Fox said. So then he proceeded to unbutton and unzip her jeans and place his hand on her crotch.
Jesus.
So the woman awoke to find Fox fondling her. And obviously freaked the fuck out. And Fox then, this is his alpha male, way out of this.
Man, he's a piece of shit.
His alpha male retreat was to basically apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. And then he pretended to fall asleep right away. like he had narcolepsy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Basically, oh, I'm sorry. He put his head down like he went to sleep.
That's awesome. I'm surprised he didn't pull out like a pocket watch and try to hypnotize her.
Now,
you're not seeing this. You're not seeing this.
The article says woman, but the article also says that she promptly alerted her parents who were sitting across the aisle. So I'm guessing she was pretty young, probably 18, 19 years old.
Jesus.
Right. Young lady.
How does nobody see like this kind of shit?
Well, I think there are only people in the aisle in the seat. I don't know. I mean, if you did like this, put your hand right next to someone, it could be subtle.
I gotta be honest with you. I would like to think, I don't have kids, but I'd like to think that if like, I mean, I guess she was 18. She wasn't a kid.
She was not a kid. She was an adult.
But man, yeah, that's fucked up.
So it gets better though.
Oh, good.
Well, the better part is the trial. So basically, she alerts her parents. They flight attendants move her out of that seat, obviously. And then when they get
wait. So she's punished. He gets the window seat now because
yes,
because she was fingered.
Yes, she has to move.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So they get to LA and FBI and police officers are waiting there to arrest him. And they arrest, take him to custody, no big deal. So initially he denies touching or unzipping her jeans.
Cause that's easy. All right.
And he admits to touching her at one point, describes her as an attractive Asian woman, and then says, well, I probably shouldn't have done that.
No shit.
And he reiterated, quote, that he was only reaching to touch her hand and could not explain why he wanted to touch her hand, unquote. Whatever. This is going to trial, obviously. They go to trial. During the trial, he admits that he touched the woman's thigh and crotch during the flight. He also admitted that the woman didn't make any sound or noise while doing so, and that she did not invite him or his conduct or give consent verbally.
He admitted that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
so slam dunk.
The prosecutor asked during the trial if Fox intended to move his hand up along her thigh for whatever purpose, and Fox answered yes. Then he asked Fox, and did you rub her crotch? That was an intentional act. And Fox's answer was yes.
Slam dunk. We got him.
And then Fox says he did nothing wrong.
Well,
he insists he's innocent. And he says, quote, I vigorously fought the charges against me, which I hold to be untrue. Then he says, I hope my conviction can remain a secret so I can serve out my term of office.
Wow. I mean, so he's just...
And then he says to the news, quote, in my heart, I know I didn't do it. Even though, in trial, when the prosecutor pertinently asked him, did you rub her crotch? He says yes.
Yeah.
Then goes to the news and says, I know in my heart I didn't do it, and says he didn't do it.
He's delusional. That's right? Yeah, that's it. He
obviously the governor finds out about this, and the legislature, it becomes public knowledge. They find out about this, and he loses his fucking job.
Oh, he didn't get to serve out the rest of his term. That's a bummer. Sorry for your luck, buddy. I do feel bad for you. You sexually assaulted a girl on a plane. She didn't want it. You lost your job
during the sentencing. This is the coup de grace of everything.
Okay.
Fox stated that he, quote, hoped for romance with a young woman and had touched her leg and arm, taking her complete lack of response as consent, unquote.
Of course.
He then told the prosecutor again he was innocent, stating, quote, I cannot admit to something that I did not do.
I'm really hoping he went to jail and he learned the true meaning of consent or non-consent.
He got 3 months of house arrest, 3 years probation, a $2,500 fine, and had to register as a sex offender. No jail time.
So no. That's fun. Well,
how I don't understand how he didn't go to fucking jail for rape. That's rape.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, am I wrong there, people? On a goddamn public airplane. In plain view in the middle of the day. He was bold enough to do that. They sentenced him to 3 months of house arrest. That's it. How the fuck does that happen?
He's important.
No, he's not. He was in for Hawaii. It's not a real state. Jesus Christ. It's a goddamn couple of volcanoes in the middle of the ocean that popped up and we had to put people on them.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from me. But
I don't
apparently,
either. I love how he says, I touched her and something we have a relationship because of that. I didn't do anything wrong though. What a fucking dude. This guy went to Princeton. He has a PhD from Princeton and he's telling the court that.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm not joking. They should cut off this man's fucking head. They should take him to the guillotine.
Which head?
Both.
All right, I'm down.
They should take him to the guillotine. 2 guillotines. One like in Robin Hood Men in Tights, the little one he uses the circumciser with the carrot.
Yes.
They should have one of those down there, and then the big one on his head, and at the same time just lop them both off. Fuck Galen Fox.
I would that would be great.
All right, you got one for me?
All right, yeah, I got one. So I'm gonna go with, because that one was sad. That was not funny. So I'm gonna go along with this this roll of sad ones.
Okay.
So we have, and this one was a pretty big case, so you may have heard about it, but I feel it bears repeating. This is Dennis Hastert.
Oh yeah.
He was
good old Denny.
Yeah, he was the Speaker of the House. For
the U.S. If we have any Canadian listeners,
yes, but he's the Speaker of the House, so pretty powerful dude.
Isn't Speaker of the House, I believe, third in line of the presidency?
Yes.
I mean, really, he is. He's up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good point. So this guy, he got himself kind of locked up in a simple charge of, he was indicted on federal charges of structuring bank withdrawals to evade bank reporting and requirements and making false statements to federal investigators. So he was making withdrawals from his bank account.
Let me explain real quick. When you withdraw money from a bank, if you take out more than $10,000 or deposit more than $10,000, there's a form you have to fill out.
Right. So
what he was doing, Dennis Hastert, was withdrawing money in increments less than $10,000 to go unnoticed.
Right.
Which is a federal crime. You're not, if you're purposely evading the filling out the paperwork, because you can track it. If you're structuring withdrawals to purposely avoid filling out paperwork, it's a federal crime.
Right.
So, and that's what he was doing.
That's what he was doing. That's what he got. That's what he got charged with.
But usually,
however,
that's right.
That's not the whole story.
That never is. When you're withdrawing that much money for a reason to hide it, it's never the only crime.
That's right. So it turns out he was paying some people. He was paying some people some money that he didn't want anybody else to find out. There's a good reason. Because it was 3 males that he had sexually abused some 30 years earlier.
It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. I remember the story. It all comes flooding back to you as you're saying this.
Right.
And what a fucking piece of shit that guy was.
Right. And the real problem I have with this whole fucking thing is he got convicted of the structuring of charges, the felony. But the crime of diddling kids went completely unpunished, and they couldn't charge him anymore because there's a statute of limitations, and that's fucked up. I mean, I don't know how much money these guys got out of him. Hopefully they got a bunch.
I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully they got a bunch before he got caught. But yeah, I mean, even the judge in the case, he said during the sentencing hearing that he was a serial child molester. A serial child molester made it the entire way to the to the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, third in line for the presidency.
Right.
Yeah.
Barring, if there had been some sort of unforeseen catastrophe, this man could have been running the country.
God, that's scary.
That is fucked up.
That's fucking scary, man.
Yeah.
Wow. There's nothing even to say about that. Except this one's funnier.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Let's get back to funny ones and not
let's
sad ones.
stick to child rape. All right, let's Let's stay on topic here.
Oh.
Focus, Travis.
You're right. You did say funny.
Lock in. All right. I'm going to talk about another example of child rape.
All
It's
right.
even worse than that one.
Okay.
Ted Clout,
Ted Clout.
member of the South Dakota House of Reps.
All right.
He termed out in 2006.
Okay.
These crimes, I believe, happened before he was in office or during he was in office. Doesn't really matter. For 7 years, he was in the House and termed out. Okay. In 2007, back when he was in office, he co-sponsored lots of bills about regulating sex offenders, making community safe zones, prohibiting sex offenders from residing, working, entering within 500 feet of schools, all the things you want a politician to do.
Sure.
In May 19, 2007, he was arrested on allegations that he had raped and sexually abused his 2 foster daughters.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah. Now, this is why I say, why wasn't the other case with Galen Fox rape? Because this case is very similar in terms of what the act he did was and why one was rape and one was not.
Okay.
So what he did was he gave his 2 foster daughters, I guess, gynecological exams.
Oh.
Said he was checking them for eggs, for egg donorship or something.
Okay.
He's not a doctor.
Yeah, well, there's...
So how that is rape, but putting your hand down someone's pants on an airplane is not rape?
Right.
I don't know the difference there. Help me out here.
There's no help there.
Okay.
It is. One was in what was South Dakota, and one was in Hawaii. There are 2 different prosecutors there, and one got it right, sort of, and one got it wrong a lot.
Yeah, right. I don't know about that, but
yeah, because I'm assuming this dude didn't do any time.
Oh, that would be wrong. At least justice is served in one of these cases.
Oh, good.
Clout is doing time.
Oh, good.
I believe he's still alive. Yes, he's still alive. I say I believe because I have to show you this picture of this guy. We'll put it on the website or we'll put a link to it or something.
Okay.
This man must weigh 600 pounds. Which is funny because I don't think he could actually really rape somebody because he's so fat. I honestly believe that the reason this was rape is because that's all he's capable of.
Okay.
I mean, he's literally, I have a picture of him, and so he was sentenced to 44 years in prison for this. Thank God. He actually did time for this. I guess he said that the medical examination was he was going to help him sell the reproductive eggs to infertile couples. And he was giving him like an exam for that. And these are foster children, though. I mean, obviously taking advantage of them in the worst way possible.
Right.
He did this exam in a motel room, by the way.
Of course. Because that's where, all gynecological exams go.
He did it in 2005 and 2006. So while he was currently in office, he was doing this, by the way. The crime happened while he was currently assisting the people of the great state of South Dakota.
Good for Jesus Christ. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to go on the website or look at a picture of this dude, he looks like Preston Lacey from Jackass, the big guy, if that helps you out.
Yeah. And so when they sentenced him to 44 years, the defense asked for a much smaller sentence of like 4 years because they said that sentencing him to any longer than like 10 years was a death sentence because of his weight and how poor health he was in.
I fucking hate that.
Dude, I do too. That's why I wanted to bring this up because that to me is fucked.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry that you're fucking 600 pounds and it might be a death sentence.
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't have got here, raped your foster children. God forbid.
I couldn't agree more. That fucking, like, that's like the Bill Cosby shit that's going on now. Like, he's, like, before he was asking for the charges to be dropped because he's in failing health. I don't give a fuck if you're in failing health.
Right.
Don't rape people.
Exactly. Is that so hard?
Yeah, no, I've done it. I've done it all my life. It's not that hard.
And I'm going to keep going on this because I learned something else during this article.
Okay.
I was reading about it, and I guess also in 2009, he sent a notice to the AP saying that they were using his name without permission because he had copyrighted his own name.
Okay.
So you can't protect names of individuals under copyright law, which you might not have known that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a law or not, what you could do, not do with copyright law.
So you can't copyright it.
You can't copyright your name Travis.
Yeah.
And say, oh, now my name is copyrighted. No one can use it without my permission. You're not allowed to do that for people's names.
Huh.
And I guess because now everyone was aware of this in 2009 when it happened, it made the news because it was so ridiculous. People didn't realize you couldn't copyright your name.
Right.
And that you could use it without people's permission. Like I can talk about Michael Jordan.
Sure.
Without his permission.
Right.
I could type it up in a blog. You can't sue me. I can say whatever I want. I can say your name, whatever I want, whenever I want.
Right.
So it's called, do you know what the term for that is, though? Learning about something like this? Because it's made a big deal?
No.
It's called the Streisand effect.
Okay. Why is that?
So I guess it started because Barbara Streisand owned a Malibu home that she didn't want people to, she had photographs of it in 2003 of a residence, and she didn't want people to know where it was. She didn't want to draw attention to it. So she made efforts to suppress the photographs, which, as we now know, when you make an effort to suppress something, especially from the internet, what happens?
Everyone's going to find out.
Well, the first case that actually happened was Barbara Streisand's home. It's called the Streisand effect because of that.
Okay.
How about that? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's kind of little tidbit there at the end of the article about that. They mentioned what it was called the Streisand effect, and I was like, huh, I'd never heard of that. So thank you, Barbara Streisand, for trying to suppress photos of your nice Malibu home, which you can now find right on Wikipedia in the article for Streisand effect. The home is right there. It could not be more prominent now because of this.
Well, that really blew up in your face.
My favorite example of that recently, though, is remember the picture of Kanye West kissing Kanye West?
Oh, yeah.
And he wanted to get it off the internet?
Yes.
That's exactly what that is. It's Streisand effect. It's everywhere because of it.
We used it in awesome shit.
Yeah.
I love that photo.
So the reason it's more popular is because he made such a big deal about it.
Right.
Yeah. That's called the Streisand effect.
Awesome.
All right, you're up.
All right. So in keeping with despicable human beings, we're gonna turn our focus to Keith Farnham. He was a member of the Illinois House of Representatives, and I say he was because turns out he's got a taste for the children as well.
Oh, a lot of child stuff going on here.
Yeah,
sorry to be so morbid, listeners.
It's you know why I'm fascinated that.
But fuck the kids, right?
No, that's the problem.
I'm sorry.
That's the problem, and especially not in a hotel. But I digress.
Fuck the kids. Fuck the kids. Fuck the kids. Fuck them.
So Farnham was charged with transmitting child pornography.
Good.
After there was received a tip that a Yahoo email address was being used to trade child pornography. And logs went back to him.
Oh.
Also, the user in this bragged about a sexual encounter with a 6-year-old girl and said that 12 is about as old as I can handle.
Ha! Good old Jared from Subway there.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I mean, there are so many fucked up things about that statement.
For the life of me, I don't want to get too deep into child porn discussions.
Right.
How you can be turned on by child porn, I will never understand. I just do not get it.
Sure. I mean, there's so many things I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand, it's a kid. I don't get that. I don't understand how there's an age. There's an age that like, what is the difference between 6 and 12?
Oh, I get that. They look like an adult at 12 is what he's saying.
Is that, okay. All right.
I think that's what he's saying.
She's growing up. Gotcha.
Let me help you out there.
All right. I didn't put that together, you pervert. But, so on his computer, they found 2 videos showing victims as young as 2 or 3. 2 or 3 years old.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Are those just pictures of like siblings taking a bath?
It was videos, and I don't know.
I mean, if you're into child porn, I'm just going to give you a tip. Just, don't put it on your computer. Just don't do it.
I'm going to go one further. If you're into child porn, get some fucking help. I mean...
Oh, that's too far, Travis. Listen.
Bobo is advocating to just not put it on your computer.
That's part of it.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I'm advocating. I mean, whatever. Just you do you.
Prestige Worldwide's Guide to Hiding Child Porn.
No, not an episode, Travis. Not happening.
But so
tune in next week.
So yeah, victims as young as 2 or 3. Also, they found 2,700 images of child pornography on there.
How many?
2,700.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of pictures, man.
That is a lot of pictures.
I mean, yeah. So of course he denies it all.
Yeah, of course.
He's never had any physical contact with a child. Never.
Not once.
He also, they tried to get, again, another one of these things is they tried to get out of it because he had medical complications from bladder cancer, hepatitis C, and pulmonary fibrosis.
Good. Hope it's painful as fuck.
But like, I mean, well, they tried to say without a lung transplant, he was likely to die anyways.
Good.
But like, again, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm actually in favor
children.
of that.
Yes.
Like, good.
Yeah.
They should take him off the transplant list. That should be his punishment. Like,
absolutely.
You have to die.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, but, and I mean, this didn't happen too long ago. This was in 2014 is when this all started.
Okay.
In 2015, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison.
Okay.
Again, that is way too short of a sentence. I mean, listen, I don't know if, I don't know if mandatory sentences are the answer, but I think in this case, when you touch a child, it should be
question.
Hold on. It should be 2 years for every year that child has been alive. You diddle a 6-year-old, you're going to jail for 12.
Question.
Yes.
That will encourage people to diddle younger kids. Think that through, asshole.
That's true.
B, did he actually touch a kid, or did he just watch child porn?
I guess he didn't actually.
I'm not.
There's no evidence that he did touch a kid. Yes, you're right. Okay, so he's just watching
child porn to me is deviant behavior. Right. To me, is 8 years for just watching a video?
Yes.
I'm just,
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
No, that's fine. I mean, listen. There are few lower things in our society than people that find sexual pleasure in children. Whether it is looking at videos, looking at pictures, or touching them. Fans
of the Dallas Cowboys. That's about it. Only thing lower.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all agree on that.
Right.
But so I just, that, like 8 years. Yeah. Because also there's an implication that he did touch a child and just didn't get caught.
Oh, right.
And I understand that is not the way the justice system works. You shouldn't get convicted on that. But
make an exception in this case. No, I was just playing devil's advocate. What you thought about that?
But I also like that he made a big deal about his failing health in this whole thing.
Oh yeah,
dude's still alive.
Of course he is.
He's in jail, but he's still
alive.
Yeah. Of course,
probably got the transplant after all.
I don't know about that, but I hope not.
So I was going to say, interrupt you real quick. I've used the term devil's advocate here.
Yeah. Hold on, I got my hand up because I apologize.
Oh, correction.
Because in February of this year, he was sued by 2 minors who claimed they appeared in the child pornography.
Oh,
so I don't know if he was.
Never mind. So, that was not a
right. Yes.
Okay. Still didn't touch him. He just they were in the videos he watched.
Right. Yeah.
I was going to say, devil's advocate. Do you know where that term originated? I learned this also in doing this research.
Okay.
I'm learning lots of things reading about these politicians. It actually is cool. Devil's advocate was a term. So back in the Catholic Church, when they were nominating people for the sainthood, right, somebody had to play the other side of that and argue why they shouldn't become a saint. And that was the devil's advocate.
Oh.
So that's where it comes from.
Hey, look at that.
Pretty cool, huh?
Sure.
All right. Let's give you one more here, all right?
Okay.
At least one more. I don't know. We've had a lot of stops, so I'm not sure how much time we've used.
You do one more.
I'm going to do one more. This one's good. It's going to teach us about something else, too. I didn't know this was a law until I read this. Ron Reynolds.
Okay.
Ronald Eugene Reynolds. Ron Reynolds. He's a lawyer. He was a politician in Texas. Okay. He was a Texas rep for the House of Representatives. District 27, if you really want to get into this. He was convicted of barratry.
Okay.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
I'm going to tell you about it because I didn't know what it meant either. There's not many laws that I was going through these politicians. I was like, okay, what are you going to, racketeering, extortion, bribery, all these things. I'm like, I know what these are.
Right.
We all know what these things are. Then I got to one that said convicted of barratry. I was like, what the fuck is barratry?
What's this guy's name again?
Ron Reynolds.
Okay, I think I did look at his case.
Okay. So he was arrested and charged with violating the state barratry law, which is the unlawful solicitation of clients by lawyers. You might be asking what kind of unlawful solicitation. Barratry is a slang for ambulance chasing. So basically, what is illegal is if you get in a car accident, let's say, and you get rushed to the ER in an ambulance.
Right.
A lawyer can't follow the ambulance right to the ER and give you his card in the ER and say, call me. It's soliciting clients at the scene of an accident or a crime or a travesty for legal representation.
Huh.
That's illegal.
I didn't know that.
Me either. That's what barratry is. That's what that law means.
Wow.
So let's say if you had a plane crash and you crawl out of the plane and you're like on fire and you stop, drop, and roll, and as soon as you're unrolling, you look up and there's a lawyer with his card that says "Call me." That's illegal.
What if he's a really good lawyer?
Doesn't matter. You can't solicit there. It's illegal.
All right. Well.
Reynolds had twice been suspended from the practice of law in the state of Texas for unprofessional conduct.
In relation to ambulance chasing.
In ambulance chasing.
Wow.
10 charges in 2013 he was arrested for it.
So,
yeah, he spent a year in jail. It's a felony.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, good for them. I
didn't know that was a law. That's why I brought that one in.
That one is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
All right, you want to get to our contest?
Yeah, let's do the contest.
So as you know, every week the listeners have to decide on something, and this week we gave you an example of Marion Barry, who was a politician who was convicted of a crime and regained public office. He was a convicted felon who was in public office at one point in time, a convicted felon holding public office. We both wanted to find an example of a politician who fit this criteria, a current politician who has been convicted of a crime that is still in office.
Right.
The best example.
And I will say,
mine's a gray area, but the story's too good not to tell, so I will.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But I will say, kudos to you people. Kudos to the electorate that because this was actually really difficult to find.
It was harder than I thought it would be.
So me too. I thought I was gonna be able to find these people, but good. When the electorate is saying, if you're a convicted felon and we know about it, you're not gonna retain your seat, your whatever judgeship, whatever it is.
Right.
So I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
So mine is, her name is Leslie Acosta.
Leslie Acosta. Okay.
She is a member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives.
Oh, great. Our great state of Pennsylvania.
Our great state of Pennsylvania.
Now, to be fair to the listeners, I've not heard this before. Travis and I both, when we
Right.
do these things, I don't know what he's going to bring in either, so we get some genuine reaction. I don't know what this is.
Right.
He doesn't know what mine is either, but
Right.
in case it wasn't clear.
So she was accused of aiding in the theft of hundreds of thousands of dollars from a publicly funded clinic in Philadelphia.
Ooh, geez.
Okay. Basically, what she was doing was her boss was embezzling this money. Somebody would cut a check. She would go cash it and give him the money.
Okay, so she was aiding in the embezzlement.
Yeah, so she was the middle person, however you want to say it.
Right.
She got caught. The whole operation got caught. And she pled guilty to this.
Okay.
Here's the part that here's the reason why I bring this up.
Okay.
Is she was reelected in this past cycle.
Oh, in 2016.
Yes. And she had already pled guilty before last November
Of 2015.
2015. She had pled guilty and it was sealed. For some reason, it's really still not clear as to why it was sealed, but it was sealed.
So the voters didn't know?
The voters didn't know when she ran unopposed, and the voters did not have the opportunity to know about her conviction.
So this conviction just came out.
Right, and she is supposed to be getting sentenced any day now at this point.
I wonder if she'll be forced to resign because of that.
Yes, in Pennsylvania, you're a convicted felon cannot hold any state legislator like that, House or Senate.
So why would they let her run if they knew that?
Nobody knew about it.
Nobody.
She is a member of the Democratic Party, and as far as the Democratic higher ups for Pennsylvania, they say that they didn't know about it.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, because you would have to think even if they did know about it, they weren't trying. They knew they couldn't cover it up, so they would have put somebody else up there.
Because she's barred from holding the office.
Right.
I'm wondering why she even ran knowing that.
I don't know that she knew that she couldn't hold the office after she was convicted.
And ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right. Yeah. So that's probably why she ran.
Right. But I wonder if she will get in trouble. Now, I'm just predicting. Maybe we'll come back to this in the future. Maybe we'll follow this case.
Sure.
Because I'm wondering if she will get sued by the state for misuse of public funds when she ran an election knowing that she couldn't be
She could.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
in 2015, when she was pled guilty,
Yep.
at that point, she should have known, you should know the law, that you cannot hold public office. And she ran for office and wasted our time, and now we have to replace her.
Right.
I wonder if she'll be in trouble because of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Well, I'm sorry. She was the case was brought against her in November. She pled guilty in March. So in March of 2016.
Okay.
Still enough time to
Right.
get out of the running and put somebody else in. But yeah, I mean, she comes from a pretty prominent family, or pretty. Her dad was a state legislator as well.
Whatever.
You know, so you know, that's probably helped in this cover up, and you know, but you know that I when I was reading this, I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's a pretty standard case of embezzlement or helping to embezzle money. But when the voters don't know, that's a real fucking problem.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Wow.
And so I would assume here, probably in the first quarter of next year,
Going to replace her with somebody else.
Yep.
And I wonder if she'll get. I just want to see the fallback at it. We're going to follow it. We'll update people on that.
Yeah. So
Let's make a note on that to do that.
So that's mine.
That's a good one, though, man.
Hey,
She's still in office right now, though. So
even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while,
there
right?
you go. Okay. Mine's a gray area.
Okay.
This guy is not currently in public office.
This is bullshit. I win the contest automatically.
No, you don't. Because the story's too good to tell.
I don't give a
I'm
shit.
gonna win.
There are parameters.
I implore the listeners to listen to the story and then vote.
There are rules,
Fuck
Donnie.
you. Okay. Joe Morrissey.
Okay.
He's from Richmond, Virginia,
All right.
and he is or was a state rep, I believe.
How long ago was he a state rep?
Oh, very recently. So he's Virginia House of Delegates. He served up until March of last year. It's been less than a year since he was out of office.
Okay.
Okay. And he was currently running for mayor of Richmond. He finished, I think, second in that election just now.
Okay.
He's still in politics. He's active in politics. And he actually was leading that election until like a week before the election. People thought he was going to win the mayor of Richmond, which would have been a big deal because of who he is, which I'll explain to you in a minute.
Okay.
So, and the only reason he's not in office anyways is a technicality, which is why I wanted to bring him in.
Okay.
Okay.
Explain this.
I'll explain this.
Stop beating around the bush and let's get to it.
Let me tell you about Joe Morrissey, okay?
All right.
This guy, as an attorney, was cited for contempt of court 10 times and was jailed 5 times.
All right. So
as an attorney for contempt of court.
So he's a little passionate about his cases. That's nothing wrong with that.
He was disbarred in 2003
Well, now we're
for
getting
repeated,
somewhere.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he applied for reinstatement in 2011 for his law license. Never got it back. That's how bad of an attorney he was.
Okay.
They won't give him his law license back. Not for reasons why he was in trouble. This is outside of why he was in trouble with the law.
Okay.
See, I just want to point to the kind of person this man is.
He
got arrested 5 times as an attorney for contempt of court.
We're just doing some background here. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So while he was in the House of Delegates in 2013, he was found to be in his home with a 17-year-old girl who was an employee of his law office. And they investigated an improper sexual relationship between Morrissey and this girl.
Okay.
In June 2014, he was indicted on a felony charge of indecent liberties with a minor, possession and distribution of child pornography, pictures of the girl,
Sure.
and electronic solicitation of a minor, and a misdemeanor charge of contributing to delinquency of a minor.
So he's having sex with her, he's texting her, and he's sexting her.
Correct. He was convicted, and he resigned as delegate of Virginia House when he was convicted of this. I believe he got convicted at the end of 2014.
But thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going for mayorship.
Morrissey denied the charges, saying the girl came to him for advice about family problems and being abused by her father and trying to get out of trouble. And he rejected a plea bargain for a single misdemeanor because of this. He vowed to fight the charges in court, saying he'd be vindicated, and rejected calls to resign. And then he got in trouble and he got a jail sentence, and he I believe he went to a plea deal that included a felony and included an active jail sentence.
Okay.
So he got convicted of it. So whatever, okay?
Yeah, whatever. It's a little, just having sex with a 17-year-old. No big deal.
So, but what happened was he resigned his seat in December 18, 2014.
Right.
Okay. But he ran in an election to fill his seat. And in January 13, 2015, while serving a 6-month jail sentence, he won that election to reclaim his seat in the House of Delegates. Which is why I say it's a technicality, because in March of 2015, they disqualified him from the House of Delegates after filing to run for the state Senate seat outside of his district. So the only reason he's no longer an active politician is because they disqualified him out of it because he was running for some other office. And they wanted to kick him out.
Okay.
But he actually was convicted of a crime, resigned his seat, and ran again in a special election for the seat that he had to vacate and got it back while in jail. Recently, within the last year.
I wonder what his campaign slogan was.
So, I want to talk to you about this. So, he married Myrna Pride on June 11th, 2016.
The girl?
Yeah, the girl. He married that girl that he banged.
Hey,
the 17-year-old.
You know what? Then I changed my story. This guy's a stand-up guy.
Yep. He admitted having a sexual relationship with her in the plea agreement.
Right.
But he continues to say publicly that no relationship occurred before she was 18.
Bullshit.
So, I want to talk about him now. So, he was running for mayor of Richmond this past year, and Huffington posted a story about him because he's an ex-convict. The headline is, ex-convict who slept with his teenage employee is set to become Richmond's next mayor. Because when they wrote the story in November of 2016,
right,
he was leading the polls by 3 points.
Huh. So, can we step back for a second?
Sure.
Is he, so in that plea agreement, is he a registered sex offender or he pled down?
I don't know if he pled down. He pled down. I'm not sure if he's a registered sex offender or not because of that.
I mean, well, the Huffington Post probably would have used a more incendiary headline had he been an actual sex offender. Because in my mind, can you think about that conversation as you're going around telling your neighbors? Yeah, I did my wife when she was 17. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he took a plea deal, it says, for one misdemeanor count of contributing to delinquency of a minor and a 6-month jail sentence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he also said he resigned his seat, and he did, and ran for it again and got it back.
Right. Okay. So now we jump forward to he's
defeating his rival by 9 points, not just closely, landslide. Beat the person that was running against him in that special election.
God damn it, Richmond.
Okay, so he got reelected. That's recently. That's why it's a technicality that he's not in office now because they disqualified him.
Yeah.
Right. So since then, though, while running for campaign for the mayor of Richmond, he has been caught in a sexting scandal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I guess so. One of his former law clients told the Richmond Times-Dispatch that he exposed himself to her in his law office within the last year and sent her lewd text messages. And after that, she refused his advances. He transferred the case to another attorney.
Well, yeah.
And then that attorney forced her to plead guilty to something she wanted to plead guilty to.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
So,
I mean,
this lady, though, has proof.
Sure.
She has the text messages. She gave them all to the media.
Oh.
Which included a request that she shave her genitals and wear fresh panties to their meeting to discuss her case. Morrissey hasn't denied those texts, which he described as flirtatious.
I mean, because lewd just sounds wrong.
Yeah.
They are. They're flirtatious.
Yeah.
Wow.
The best part about this is, so people realized who he was running as mayor of Richmond. There was like an 8-way race. One of the candidates at the end of the race dropped out just so she wouldn't take votes away from somebody else that could vote against Morrissey later.
Good for her. And he lost?
He lost.
Because,
he did not win.
Because he's going to go to jail?
He's already out of jail.
Is he going to go back?
No.
Oh, so what happened with these charges that...
Nothing yet. There's no charges. It's just been allegations.
Oh, just allegations.
Just allegations with text messages, but nothing's come of them yet.
Jesus Christ.
It's just funny to me because you see this time and time again. This guy was banging a minor.
Yeah.
While in office.
Right.
Obviously. And nothing has changed. Now he's out there just sending these text messages to people, his law clients.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he didn't necessarily get away with it the first time. He did some jail time, but apparently that didn't
stop him.
Yeah.
Now he's married with like 2 young children. They're like 2 and 1 years old.
Sure.
And he's sending these text messages to like potential clients. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, that's like the Anthony Weiner thing. Like, I just
don't exactly.
I don't understand that mentality. You know it's not going to work out well for you. Or the other thing that really scares me about that kind of shit is how many times before it did work out well for them. They felt safe to do this. They, for some reason, this is okay to them. That fucking that is that's what's scary to me about this kind of shit. Because what don't we know about?
Right.
But
what bothers me is, so this is what the article says: Richmond residents see Morrissey in one of two ways: a charismatic, diligent leader, or a disgraced, dishonest man.
he could be both.
No, he can't be. He's a fucking criminal. Why are you voting for criminal people? Why would you even consider voting for somebody like that? There are other choices out there that have not broken the law. I mean, I just don't understand people's mentality.
I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. Especially with, I mean, do you think people...
Oh, I think he got his law license back in 2011. I lied.
Do you think that people look favorably or didn't look as down on him because he married the girl?
I don't know.
Because to be honest with you, you change a couple details around that story, all of a sudden it's a rom-com coming out around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, she's 18.
Yeah, well, that would be one of the details.
I
mean, you change, if you take his story, if you believe his story that no sexual contact happened while she was 17 and he waited till 18, all of a sudden he's a chivalrous guy.
Yeah, it's still fucked up.
No. Listen, again, just playing devil's advocate. I mean, again.
And now we know where that term comes from. But no, I agree. I see your point. It's just.
Is that the mentality of what those people are thinking?
I think you're giving them way too much credit for thinking about it critically, and I don't think they are. I just think they're just not thinking at all.
Jesus.
Personally.
Again, God damn it, Richmond. Get your shit together.
I don't know. Fuck that guy.
Anyways.
That's the technicality is he was reelected to his position, and he could still be in the office if they hadn't disqualified him later.
Right.
So
anyways, that guy won on a technicality.
No. He didn't win on technicality. He won in a special election.
Oh,
he got disqualified afterwards, 3 months later.
Yeah.
But he won fair and square, running for his own seat he had to resign from.
Right, yeah.
Balls to the wall, just guns blazing.
Jesus.
American Trailblazer there, just banging kids and winning public office.
So the
while in jail.
So the contest is between myself, who actually has somebody who's still in office,
oh, God,
and Bobo, who cheated his way to the middle and does not have somebody who's still in office.
Hey, that's the American way.
I guess it is. So go to pwthepodcast.com to vote, or you can also find it on our Facebook page.
So we're going to try to put the polls on Facebook, as Travis just said.
Right.
And we're going to put them on the website also. And we're just going to put them both for a couple weeks. We want to see where the more traffic goes to, how they both work. Because we had some issues with the polls on the website.
Yeah, they're still not kind of worked out, but yes.
Yeah, so we're going to try it and both see what happens. So go vote on Facebook. Go vote on the website. It doesn't matter which. We're going to count them all. Don't worry about it. Which one you like better.
Doesn't matter where you vote. Just vote.
It matters if you vote for me. If you don't want to vote for me, just go somewhere else. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right? I don't give a shit. So
okay.
Can I tell you my joke before we end the episode?
Sure.
It's a real quick joke. I got a good joke.
Oh, no. We're not going to do that one.
What?
No, I want to save that for another time.
It's 5 seconds.
I know, but save that for another time. That's what
I'm going to forget it by next week.
Write it fucking down.
I don't want to. It's too funny.
Write it down.
Oh, fine.
Just that's what I want. I want kind of a variety to these things. So leave that for another time. We got business to take care of.
Okay, listen. I wanted to tell you the joke. Travis is making me wait till next week. I'll wait till next week. I'll respect your wishes. As you wish.
Just
as you wish. No, I'm not cutting it. It's staying.
All right.
We're a transparent podcast now, Travis. All right. We're airing our dirty laundry.
All right. That's fine.
Don't roll your eyes at me, motherfucker.
I'm rolling. We had a conversation today about this.
Yeah, I told you I'm not going to.
Anyways.
I'm a wild card, bitch.
I know. So, and what the best part about this is?
What?
You're like, the anticipation for this joke is never going to live up to it.
Oh, no.
So I fucked you over. I fucked
and
you
the
again.
listener.
I fucked you again.
They're gonna be. Oh.
Anyway, so but here's what our problem is.
Okay.
We want to do these segments to end the show. We want to do something different, something little lighthearted. Could be, it could be about anything. Could be a joke. It could be
a rant. Something pisses you off this week.
Sure. And
a news story we found we want to talk to you about.
Right.
Anything.
And I came up with the name PW Bugs,
which we used in the first episode.
Right. Because I thought it would be kind of funny and, cheeky or whatever.
Or did we use it in the second episode? I don't remember which episode we used it in. We have only used it in one episode so far.
Right.
Whatever.
And it's stupid. I don't like the name anymore.
Even though you thought of it.
Even though I thought of it.
Okay.
Listen, hey, a man can admit when he's wrong.
That's right. I like that. I like that you know what? You tried it out, that you put yourself out there.
Right.
And you're willing to step back and say, fuck that.
No, I thought it was stupid. So we need your help. You, the listener, we need your help in coming up with a new name.
So we want to have a name for the segment at the end of the show. Just, it can be about anything. We don't want to call it, we used to have the random segment on the podcast. We don't want to call it the random segment of the week because it's not going to be random anymore. We're not going to randomly pick them off a number like we used to do.
Sure.
We're going to just pick something that we want to talk about real quick at the end of the show.
Right. Bobo could be stewing on a joke for a couple weeks.
Right.
And
I don't think you realize that the joke is not long enough to be an end segment. That's my point. It's just ridiculous.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'm still not telling it now.
So
I'm going to wait till next week anyways.
No, you're not, because I've got the next one.
I'm going to tell it at the beginning of the episode then. Fuck off. Listen.
So let me give you an example. So,
okay, what do you got?
I don't give a shit. Like, listen, it can be as mundane as last segment of the show. If you want to call, if you, the listener, wants to
if
call
the listener wants to call it that, they're going to call it that. Wow.
Listen.
You know what happens when we let the internet vote on stuff?
Yeah.
4chan gets a hold of it, and it ends up being like Hitler was a sensitive man is the name of the episode.
Okay, I'm also going to I'm going to put an asterisk to this. We're not going to put up anything racist or borderline racist.
I always love when 4chan gets a hold of those. And they vote up the most ridiculous names too.
What was the ship? Bodie McFace or something like that?
Yeah.
But it's okay. If you want it to be Bodie McFace, that's fine. What is your idea?
I just thought of this on the way over. I was so proud of myself.
Uh-huh.
It's near Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And what always comes near Christmas? It's 2 days before Christmas, actually, every year.
Okay.
Festivus.
Okay.
I wanted to call it the airing of grievances.
The airing of grievances. Okay. That's one.
Yeah, that's my idea. That's because because it's always usually what we bring in is something that it's pissing us off or something we want to talk about.
Could be.
Call the episode, the segment airing of the grievances.
Airing of the grievances. So
something like that.
That's up on the list.
Yep, that's all I got.
I also have End Times with Bobo and Travis.
End Times?
Yeah.
It was the end of times with Bobo and Travis. I like that. That's a good one.
One last bitch.
Okay.
Because we get one last one in.
Yep.
Indiscriminate reflection.
Pass.
Hey, listen. All these are up for votes.
Pass.
Arbitrary conclusions.
Okay, I like that.
And random thoughts.
Oh, I had another one also.
Okay.
I wanted to call No Holds Barred.
No hold. Okay.
Because anything goes.
All
at
right.
the end of it, whatever you want to
That's
talk
fine.
about.
No holds barred. That's up there too.
It was also a great movie with Hulk Hogan in the 80s. You ever see that shit?
You know what? I think I have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Classic piece of American cinema.
But anyways, again, we digress.
I'm good at that this week. Good at digressing.
We need your help. So we're going to vote. If we can.
Put up another Facebook. We're going to put up a separate poll for that. And we're going to keep it open for a while.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to keep adding to the list also. And if you have suggestions, if you call in, leave a voicemail, put a comment, you got a suggestion for a name, we'll put it on the list if we like it.
The one on Facebook, I can put in. We can put up where.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Where you can put it in. We're not gonna leave it up for too long because we need a fucking name for this segment.
We'll give it a little bit, man. We're still getting going.
I know, but we need a name for this segment. So maybe we'll come back in 6 months or whatever and come back and rename it again. We'll see. But so urgency is the key here, people.
Oh, okay. So we need to vote on it right away, and we'll come back to it later. Is what you're saying?
We could.
Okay.
We could. But we need this.
I'll tell you what. We'll give 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. For the things we just named, we'll put them on the website on the Facebook.
Okay.
And in 2 weeks, we'll pick that name. If something else comes along, if we get a listener suggestion or something else comes along,
right,
we'll vote. We'll have a battle to replace it. If we think we have a better name, we'll see if the listeners like it better. We can change it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Do the fuck we want. It's our podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
So, if you want to know what the number is to call in and give us your suggestion, it's 747 banging.
747-226-4464.
The only way you join the Real Mile High Club is if you call in with a suggestion for a new name for the segment at the end of the show. Or to talk about apparently diddling kids. Because that's if you're a politician. That's all we talked about today, apparently.
That's a large chunk of what we talked about.
I'm really uncomfortable with the amount of child porn and child banging we talked about on this podcast today.
I'm uncomfortable with the pointers you gave to child molesters.
I didn't give pointers, motherfucker. I'm just saying, don't put it on your own computer.
Again, a pointer, a suggestion.
That's just a rule of thumb.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways.
747 banging, call in. Other comments are welcome also.
Yeah.
the website is pwthepodcast.com.
Right.
It's PW the Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social medias.
Right.
So hit us up, check us out. New episodes every Tuesday. Anything else we leave out?
I think you got it all. I think you did good.
You're good.
You done good, you little guy.
I appreciate it. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next Tuesday.